If you're a member of Generation X or Y, you'll remember our guest today as a television royalty.
That's right. He rocked with jocks on MTV.
What's up, Dan?
All right.
What's up?
The bad blood continues.
Bill wants a piece now. Watch me use the camera as a pick.
The bad blood rages on between Cortese and Bellamy.
Look at
Miller
this.
shoving Cortese. Can't answer the call.
Damn, I said
So good. Then, of course, he moonlighted as Georgia's man crush on Seinfeld.
I just had this brainstorm for us. Can you guess what it is? No. Bowling. What do you say? Bowling? Huh? Bowling's insane. Bowling is crazy time. Bowling. I don't think so, George. You get no rush from bowling.
Best moment ever. And he's continuing to build his media empire all these years later.
That's right. Everyone, please help us welcome Dan Cortese.
Thank you. Why did you have to show the clip of me missing a shot? Or maybe I didn't make any shots in that game.
We're going to pretend you made it.
I had
you
some
did.
hops,
Good
but
spirit.
still. Oh
But
my
you
goodness.
did make it. Well, let's start by wishing you a happy belated Dan Cortese Day.
Thank you
Yes.
so much. Thank you.
You know,
Yes.
it's
Thank you.
Dan Cortese Day. You know, it's celebrated every March 3rd.
Yes.
Tell us, you know, how did it start?
I have no idea how that started, but some guys on Twitter a few years ago started doing this, and obviously I felt it was to make fun of me, so I played along with it.
Okay.
And it's now
It's viral.
it's kind of a crazy viral thing.
Twitter
yes.
went crazy. What?
Twitter went
March
crazy
3rd.
with Dan
Yeah.
Cortese Day. So that's right. We all wore Spanx and drank beer, so it was fun.
Well, happy belated.
cute.
Happy
Thank you,
belated.
thank you.
Well, you know, you rocked out during the epic MTV days. Tell us about that.
You know what? That was such a magical time at MTV. I've talked to people recently about that, where they said, "What happened to MTV?"
Yeah.
That was a time at MTV where everybody wanted to work there,
Yeah.
and young creative people, much like at Full Sail University here, and it was an amazing time because they kind of let creative people be creative, where now I think it's become so corporate and
So true.
Yeah. So, but so much fun, man. That was the time.
Any
to be
stories you can share with us?
Oh
Or
yeah,
no?
but
Or no?
once we turn the cameras off,
Give us some stories.
I can tell you some stories once we turn the camera off.
Well, we know that you reached out to Bill Bellamy on Twitter about
Yes.
possibly bringing back Rock and Jock. Tell us about that.
Bill's
Is it going to happen? Yes,
but
no,
you know
maybe?
what? We want it to happen. The problem is, right now, MTV doesn't want it to happen. MTV's great, but they're not a very nostalgic place. They don't like to look back. They try to
They
look
don't?
forward.
Sure.
No, but we've had so much, so many requests and people that want us to bring it back.
Yeah.
But it's also one of those things where I've said to people that I'm not really quite sure if it would be that good if we brought it back, or we just remember it being that good. So I just started a production company recently, and one of the guys that created Rock and Jock, his name is Patrick Burns, helped create MTV Sports, a show that I did, is wanting to do a documentary based around it.
For all the
Yeah.
youngins in the audience right now, this is Rock and Jock was the bomb.
It was the bomb.
Yeah, it really was.
It is. On
Yeah.
YouTube still, right?
Yeah.
I probably, yeah,
Back here and
that's
there.
right.
Well, you know, you're still a big deal because whenever someone mentions you on SNL, that takes you to another level, right?
Yeah.
New York's hottest club is Whimsy, condemned by GLAAD and the EPA from Ghostbusters. This old, wet Band-Aid found in a jacuzzi is the kind of place that makes you feel weird the next time you see your parents. This place has everything: Kufa hats, congas, MTV's Dan Cortese.
That's true. That was me there. I was actually at Club
and-
Whimsy.
And
Yes.
that's when your notifications went boom, 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 boom.
Yeah,
all
just
over the
blew up.
place.
Literally, when that happened, I was about to go out.
Okay.
And I went in, I had my phone plugged in the kitchen. I go to get my phone to leave, and I picked up my phone and looked, and it was like, you have 232 Twitter notifications. And I was like, what? And immediately the first thing you think is like, oh my God, what did I do?
Yeah, what did I do?
All right, and let's talk about what you're up to now.
Yeah, your production
you mentioned a
company.
production company.
Right. It's a new venture for me. It's something that's very exciting, something I've always wanted to do. But yeah, it's just, I enjoy being on the other side of the camera. It's part of the creative process. I've always loved the creative process. But that being said, I also like getting up and drinking coffee and not having to be on camera and telling people what to do, as opposed to trying to be pretty, as I'm not this morning. But it's just,
We know, believe me.
It's exactly. But it's just, you know what? It's just kind of, I don't know. It's a progression where you get to at a certain point, and it's something that I'm very excited about. We have a few shows in the works, and it's
great.
just, yeah, it's a
It's
very
almost
exciting
like
time.
paying it forward, though, because you
Yeah.
know you had a successful career and you can allow someone else to
And
have
you know,
one as well.
and the way that I even got on air was, you know, people really went out of their way to get me on air, and I had no experience. So you're exactly right. It is kind of like, hey, let's give somebody else a shot.
It is the Daily Buzz. We like to have fun and play games, right? So we're
Yeah.
going to venture back to the golden age of MTV and play a little game called Name That Old MTV Show.
boy.
All right?
let's
So
see.
I'm going to give
Let's
you a
see.
list of clues, Dan, and as soon as you can,
I
you
have
know,
to guess them?
You got to
Yeah.
figure it
Just
out.
you, just
call
you.
it out. I mean, this is all your stuff right here.
All right, here we go.
We got your back,
guess
don't
too.
worry.
But
Yeah.
all right.
We're
But
gonna guess too?
You
Yeah,
guys
we can
are
guess.
right.
Guess too.
I have the answers though. So first up, all right, here are the clues. It's the
All right.
precursor to TRL. Top videos played each day per phone-in requests. It had a few hosts, most notably Adam Curry. Dan.
I don't know. Top 10 countdown.
No,
No,
not
it
top
isn't.
10.
No.
Nope.
No, it's not dial.
Just because I was on the network didn't mean I watched the shows.
All
What is
right.
it?
It was
No.
Dial
Yeah, I was
MTV.
saying.
Yes.
Look at this. You said it.
Was that a picture of me?
Dial
Oh, you did? All right.
All right.
All right.
Dial MTV. All right, next one.
Okay.
Oh, it's on.
MTV's
It's competition
first
time.
non-musical
Yeah.
show. It's a game show that started in 1987. Set in a basement, 3 contestants answered trivia questions on movies, music, and television, many of which were presented in skit format. It featured Colin Quinn as the announcer.
Is it remote control?
Yes.
Yep, remote.
No.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
I have no
Did you
idea.
just give me that's a burn,
Listen.
Dan? You said that's a
she
burn.
gets
It's
very
competition.
competitive.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah,
all right.
She does. I have
Here we
to
go.
all
All
the
right.
time.
The next one started in 2000, toured the homes of the rich and famous, launched Mariah Carey's Closets superstardom.
Cribs.
Cribs.
Yes, I
All
mean,
right.
Cribs, yes.
Ooh, okay, next one.
Okay, all right.
Okay, next
all right.
one.
And here's the
Let's
last one.
redeem
This will be the tiebreaker. Here we go, right? Final.
know.
All right. New generation twist on Candid Camera, produced and hosted by Action Picture.
Yeah.
Wow, that is
No,
the
I
answer.
didn't know you were allowed to
You
ring in
were too
early.
fast.
I did not.
But I got it.
See, he was being polite.
I'm being punked right
Ladies
now.
first.
They were jumped the gun.
Ladies first, exactly.
Oh my gosh. Thanks for being on the show. Thanks
Thank you for having me. I
Yeah,
appreciate
really
it. Thank you so
Everybody,
much, guys.
Dan Cortese, we appreciate it. Make sure
Thank
you
you.
follow him on Twitter at Dan Cortese. We appreciate it, guys.